Thanks for staying with us on Headlines Now. Let's get you some crime-related news from across the city. Around 6 people who were duped by a group have in fact lodged a complaint with the City Commissioner today. The group had allegedly lured businessmen to invest 1 lakh rupees so as to get returns up to 10 crores. During the operation, the men received the amount and issued fake checks to the investors. The complaint has been forwarded to the Thambaram police inspector to conduct a detailed probe.
அதாவது ஜெயபால் என்றவரும் ரங்கநாதன் 2 பேரும் சேர்ந்து எங்க கிட்ட வெளிநாட்டுல இருந்து பணம் வருது என்ஆர்ஐ மணி வருதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு நீங்க 1 லட்சம் ரூபாய் எங்களுக்கு முதலீடு பண்ணீங்கன்னா 1 கோடி ரூபாய் தரதாக எங்க கிட்ட சொல்லி எங்க கிட்ட எல்லார்கிட்டயும் பணம் வாங்கி இருக்காங்க சார். இது வந்த பாடு காணோம். நாங்களும் 6 வருஷம் டைம் விட்டு பார்த்தோம், அவங்களுக்கு வர மாதிரி தெரியல. அதனால கமிஷனர் ஆபீஸ் முன்னாடி நாங்க எல்லாரும் வந்து இத கம்ப்ளைன்ட் கொடுத்து வந்திருக்கோம் சார். அதுல ஒருத்தர் வந்து தாம்பரம், இன்னொருத்தர் வந்து சின்ன நகர்ல நாங்க பணம் கொடுக்கும்போது இருந்தாரு. ஆனா இப்போ வந்து அவர் அங்க இல்ல, எல்லாம் மால்தூரோட கஸ்டடியில வச்சிருக்காங்க சார்.
Now, 2 days ago, a software engineer in the city had handed over an abandoned laptop bag containing batteries and gold jewelry to the city police. The police, in fact, went on to trace that to the Tata Consultancy Services and alerted the management about the missing content. The owner of the bag had, in fact, also lodged a complaint with the Selayur police and was then alerted by her management. And all of the content now has been returned to the owner. Now, schools and change are synonymous this year. After the uniform syllabus, the state government will now implement the continuous comprehensive evaluation system in all schools across the state. In simple words, there will be more of the evaluation process by itself on a daily basis, but there will also be activity-based learning like worksheets, project work and brainstorming sessions within classrooms. The CCE will be implemented for classes 1 to 8 for the academic year 2012-2013. It will be implemented for classes 9 and 10 from 2013 to 2014. The CCE system of evaluation was in fact introduced by the CBSE. Moving on, the daughter of slain forest brigand Veerappan had appeared before the division bench of the Madras High Court today. Her husband has filed a habeas corpus writ petition with the Madras High Court seeking a direction to the Chennai police to restore his wife, who was illegally detained by her mother Muthulakshmi. Mr. Deepak says he was in love with Miss Vidya Rani for more than 2 years and they had got married earlier this year in March. It was registered at the sub-registrar's office in Kodambakam in April. Mr. Deepak now alleges that his mother-in-law wants to break their intercaste marriage and was keeping her daughter in illegal custody. The case came up for hearing today when Vidya Rani expressed her willingness to live with her husband, and the bench has therefore passed an order allowing them to do so. Now, ever since Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha echoed the need of lakhs of applicants for more H-1B visas when US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton called on her, this has been the big expectation. Speaking exclusively to our executive editor English News, Sanjay Pinto, in our show Corridors of Power, the American Consul General Jennifer McIntyre says that there has been recently a 50% jump in that category.
Now, when it comes to visas, in fact, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton did address that issue when the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister brought it up with her, about this proposal to increase the number of H-1B visas. How far have we progressed on that front?
Well, following this, we did a little bit of research. I think you know or have heard the statistic that
65%.
India has 65% of the entire world.
Okay.
I mean, that's a tremendous statistic, and it shows how important the educated Indian workforce is to U.S. and our cross-trade initiatives. And looking back at our statistics, what we've seen is that in FY10, here in Chennai, we did about 20,000 H-1Bs, and in FY11, which just ended, we've done about 30,000. So that already shows a 50% increase in the H-1Bs that we're doing in the region of the South.
Do you believe there's a case for a further increase?
So, well, I would have to defer that to our consular people, but what we're seeing is just a tremendous demand on both sides for these visas.
Okay.
Let's get you some national news now. Trouble seems to be brewing for former Telecom Minister Dayanidhi Maran. The CBI today told the Supreme Court that it will file an FIR against Mr. Maran in the 2G case by the end of this month. Mr. Maran is alleged to have coerced SL to sell stake to Maxis before it was allocated license. CBI added that the probe against SR Loop company was still on and that they have submitted a status report at the Supreme Court on SR Loop as well as Mr. Maran. So as the government battles its crisis within, the Prime Minister could meet Pranab Mukherjee today. He has already met Mr. P. Chidambaram. Chidambaram and Pranab have been reportedly at loggerheads over the Finance Ministry note to the Prime Minister's office questioning Chidambaram's role in the allocation of the 2G licenses. The Congress High Command is now maintaining that there is no crisis in the government. Sources say it's unlikely that the Prime Minister will meet Ms. Sonia Gandhi. Dr. Singh has categorically said that he stands by his ministers. So Mr. Chidambaram had in fact met Dr. Singh over lunch today, which was in fact hosted for the former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair. This is the first time since the 2G note controversy broke that Mr. Chidambaram has met Dr. Singh. But the BJP clearly has sharpened its attack against the Congress party over the 2G note. Sushma Swaraj and Arun Jaitley addressed the media and accused the Prime Minister of shielding his ministers. They alleged that Pranab's note proves that Chidambaram did what Raja did, and the 2G note is not an internal Congress issue. The country now wants answers, they say.
25 मार्च 2011 का वो नोट जो आरटीआई के माध्यम से देश के सामने आया है, उसमें पैरा दर पैरा इस बात की पुष्टि होती है कि स्पेक्ट्रम आवंटन में जो भी नीति अपनाई गई, जो भी मूल्य निर्धारित किया गया, उसकी केवल जानकारी ही वित्त मंत्री को नहीं थी, बल्कि उनकी पूर्ण सहमति थी। यानी जो अपराध राजा ने किया है, हूबहू वही अपराध चिदंबरम ने भी किया है। और प्रधानमंत्री के सुर में सुर मिलाते हुए, प्रधानमंत्री का इशारा समझते हुए सीबीआई भी चिदंबरम को बचाने में लगी है।
We don't have the numbers to destabilize the government. We don't even need to destabilize this government. It is collapsing under its own contradictions and under the liability of its own image.
Moving on, senior advocate Prashant Bhushan, representing the Centre for its public interest litigation today, targeted Home Minister P. Chidambaram in the 2G scam case. In fact, he said that the CBI should have questioned P. Chidambaram in the 2G scam. He told the court that Chidambaram sold spectrum at 2001 prices in collusion with A. Raja. Mr. Bhushan added that Chidambaram allowed sale of equities in Swan and Unitech when they had no infrastructure, and that the promotions and confidential reports of top CBI officers are done by MHA, and that was why CBI is reluctant to question Chidambaram. Months before licenses were given, Chidambaram had cleared Vodafone to buy Hutch for more than 60,000 crores. He added that the roles of Tata and Anil Ambani should have been probed by the CBI. Former Solicitor General of India, presently the Attorney General Vahanvati, Mr. Gulab Vahanvati, in fact, gave his opinion to A. Raja, and so his role should also be probed. Now, the Tihar jail, known for its recent influx of VIPs, have received a high-profile visitor today. Senior BJP leader L.K. Advani arrived at jail number 3 today to meet his former political advisor Sudhendra Kulkarni, who was brought there yesterday. Mr. Advani's colleague Arun Jaitley too visited Mr. Kulkarni, who has been remanded in judicial custody till the 1st of October, when his bail plea comes up for hearing. Mr. Kulkarni, who has been arrested for the cash for vote scam, has been accused by the Delhi police of inducement of peddling 3 BJP MPs to Amar Singh ahead of a trust vote for the government in 2008. When we come back, we find out whether the Yellow Brigade, the Chennai Super Kings, are capable of taking the sting out of the Cape Cobras. The latest buzz from the MA Chidambaram Stadium when we come back.